Shooting run now, still Hazard. The near post is Costa, still Hazard, and he squares it. It takes a deflection and it's just over. Fabregas with the left-footed effort. And Caballero was rooted to the spot.
Well, just look at Eden Hazard. He's like a Pied Piper. Look at all the orange shirts that get drawn to him. And that is a brilliant pass. And that's not far off. Just deflecting the top corner.
Those are knees and protects it really well.
Ball given away by Courtois. Silva, David Silva for Manchester City, saved, and the ball rolled into the empty net by who else? Sergio Aguero. We are all level at Stamford Bridge. The big mistake by Thibaut Courtois. And the title race takes another twist. Chelsea won, Manchester City won.
Well, David Luiz just going over to his goalkeeper and giving him a little handshake as if to say, don't worry about it, everybody makes mistakes, but this is an absolute curler. Takes a
Fabregas. Pedro. Oh, was it tripped? Yes, penalty Chelsea. Bernardinho with the foul on Pedro. Lovely footwork. And Chelsea, the league leaders, have an opportunity to reclaim their advantage. Hazard. Save! Hazard scores! Relief at Stamford Bridge. 2 for Eden Hazard. 2 for Chelsea. And how vital will that goal be in the title race? Chelsea 2, Manchester City.
What is going on, guys? So welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the big game. I'm going to be previewing it. As you all know, I'm a Chelsea fan. We're going to be previewing the big game, Chelsea versus Manchester City. It's live this evening, live on BT Sport. Well, if you are obviously in the UK. If you're not, then it's not live on BT Sport, and you can find some dodgy stream to watch it like I usually do. But we're going to be talking about that. Now, apologies that I didn't upload a review for the Crystal Palace game. It's not because we lost. Well, I suppose it kind of is, but I have uploaded videos. I did it all the time last year when we kept fucking losing. So it's not like that. I don't want people to get into their head that, you know, I only upload these videos when we win. And I'm only sort of a fan when we win or something like bullshit like that some people have thrown at me in the past. Absolute fucking rubbish. It doesn't matter, win, lose, draw, I upload. The reason was I was in an extremely fucking bad mood, and I was concerned that if I came on the video, I was going to lose my fucking temper to the point where I was going to smash something. It wasn't just Chelsea. There was so much shit going on that day. It was a fucking disastrous day. And I thought it just is not going to be fair on you guys. And I'd have said some shit that I regret, probably about other people. And I was just like, no, I'm going to take it. Look, I thought we played well. I thought we played well against Crystal Palace, but we didn't really take our chances. And look, it was disappointing. We should have won. We should be 10 points clear right now, but we're not. We're going to move on. It's frustrating. It's disappointing. And yeah, that's enough. I don't really want to talk about it. We should have had a penalty, but we're not going to talk about it. It's irrelevant. Because that game is gone, and we have to accept that that's gone. The players have to accept that they now need to respond. As I say, it's Manchester City, big game. Let's just talk about the point system. We are currently 7 points clear of Tottenham Hotspur, 10 points of Liverpool. We've got a game in hand over them, and 11 points clear who we face today, Manchester City. Man United completely and utterly out of the question. 15 points, miles too much. Now, just remember what I said there. 15 points, miles too much. This evening, we have an opportunity. Liverpool are out of it. 10 points, we've got a game in hand. They're out of it. Now, saying that, I suppose, if we were to lose tonight, maybe things start to get into it, but I still think they're too far. If we beat Manchester City tonight, Manchester City are out of the title race, period. Completely and utterly out of it. So, in my opinion, not only is it today about, you know, trying to keep that 7-point lead and putting the pressure on Tottenham, but it's also about kicking another title rival out of the title race. United are out. Tonight, City could be out. Liverpool are out. And it would make it a two-horse race. Now, there are various scenarios tonight. We could end today 8 points. If Manchester City beat us today, we're 8 points clear from them. Now, that's still a very, very healthy gap. The team we would need to be worried about, and I think that I said it a long time ago, Tottenham are our main concern this season. I've said it from the start, and I thoroughly believe that since we've been at the top of the table, Tottenham have been, in my opinion, our main our main rivals. I saw it when we played them at Stamford Bridge, and when they then beat us at White Hart Lane, it was quite clear to me they are our closest rivals. Now, they are our closest rivals. It's not to say they're close to us. Just want to put that out there. But it's very, very important. If Manchester City win tonight, 8 points, relatively healthy gap. Now, we could lose tonight and still be 7 points clear if Swansea City do us a favour and beat Tottenham Hotspur. Swansea get a draw, we lose, of course, the gap shrinks to 6, which again is a relatively healthy gap, but it's not kind of where we want it to be. Now, basically, if you look at the best case scenario and the worst case scenario from this evening, the best case scenario, we're 10 points clear. We're 10 points clear of Tottenham Hotspur. Who cares about Liverpool because they've got a game in hand, so that although they might be 7 points behind us. Oh, no, sorry, 10 points ahead of Tottenham, 10 points ahead of Liverpool, and 14 points ahead of Manchester City. That is the best scenario tonight. Now, that would mean we would have to beat Manchester City, and Swansea would have to beat Tottenham. I don't think it's going to happen. Tottenham look very good at the moment. I think they're going to win that game quite easily. The worst case scenario, we're 4 points behind Tottenham. We're 7 behind Liverpool, although we have a game in hand over them. And we are 8 points behind Manchester City. That's the worst case scenario. So Tottenham would then be, they close the gap to 4 points. I don't want to think about the worst case scenario. Tonight is going to be a tough game. And if I was Conte, and I'm not, thank God, because we wouldn't be where we are, what a manager, I would be saying to the lads, this is it. Okay? We win tonight. We are putting our knife into the ground and saying we are not going to sit down. We're not going to die. We're not going to let one result completely and utterly ruin us. This is our year. This is our... Sorry, I sound like a Liverpool fan there. This is our time. This is our season. We lose tonight. We're not in crisis, but our lead that we've built up for so many months will start. We'll see it. We'll see it slowly disappear, and it will be a very, very tough and tight end to the season. And it's then a question of the mentality. They need to show strong mentality tonight. I think we'll probably. I have a bad feeling it's going to be a draw tonight, which would mean I think the most likely scenario. Fucking hell, I can't even speak properly today. Is that we will end the day 5 points clear. 5 points clear of Tottenham, who beat Swansea comfortably, and we get a draw to Manchester City 1-1. I hope I'm wrong. I hope we can end the day either 7 or 10 points clear. If we win today, we've got to do it. We want to show we're champions. Today we can. Bounce back from what was a disappointing result, not a disappointing performance, disappointing result last week, and get a win against Manchester City. End their title push. Put the goddamn pressure on Tottenham. You know, and if Swansea can do us a favour, fantastic. They're in trouble, as we know. They need a win tonight. It would be perfect for us. But let's not rely on them. Let's get our job done. And then if Swansea do us a favour, fantastic. If they don't, they don't. Now, I want to be realistic. I know there's a lot of people saying if we lose tonight, we're going to bottle the league. Let's not get carried away. If we lose tonight, we could still be fucking 7 points clear. Most likelihood scenario would be that we would be 4 points clear. Now, that isn't great, considering how far we could have been if we'd have won these 2 games. We could have been 10 points clear. But we would have to regroup and get ourselves back up and get the spirits back up. We're not out of this yet. 4 points clear is not a disaster. You'd have offered a Chelsea fan 4 points clear on the 6th of April when we lost 3-0 to Arsenal. I think every single Chelsea fan in the world would have ripped your motherfucking hand off. Now, that's not to say that this mini collapse wouldn't be bad, because it would. And we'd have to look at it and we'd have to try and work out exactly why. That said, we've got to put it into perspective. We're still 4 points clear. Yes, I would. The only time I'd start to panic is if we then drop points in the following game, because then it would start to become a serious problem. I still think we're going to be okay. I'm still confident we're going to win the league. I don't often feel confident, but I feel confident this year, and I think that's to do with the team and that's to do with Conte. Let's go through my team then tonight. It's simple. It's very, very simple. Victor Moses does and cannot play. He's ruled out again. Massive miss against Crystal Palace. Now, for me, we cannot play Pedro at wing-back. It didn't work. We conceded the goal against Crystal Palace with it. If we play him at wing-back, we're going to get absolutely goddamn destroyed. Here is my team. It is very simple, and I think it would get us a positive result against Manchester City. So let's go through it. In goal, of course, Thibaut Courtois. No surprises there. The 3 centre-backs. Now, I am split over AK and Zuma, but I'm going to go with Zuma, just simply because of the height. Now, I know what you're thinking. Manchester City haven't really got, tall players. But I think Zuma, the fact he's strong and tall, means he could absolutely bully Sergio Aguero in the game. So I'm going for Gary Cahill, David Luiz, and Kurt Zouma. Now, left wing-back and right wing-back. Left wing-back, of course, Marcos Alonso. We haven't really got another option. And right wing-back, I'm going to go with Cesar Azpilicueta. Now, I know a lot of people are going to go, well, he can't attack. I don't mind if he cannot attack, because I've got somebody in the midfield who's going to solve that problem. And Azpilicueta's okay going forward. He's not an incompetent player. He can go forward. Yes, not as good as Victor Moses, but defensively, he'd make us very, very strong. We know Manchester City play a lot of attacking players, so the fact that we'd have Azpilicueta there, almost to make it kind of a back 4, and almost like 3 centre. You know what I mean? Not a back 4, because I don't want it to become a back 4, but you know what I mean. There's that more defensive solidity in the team. Now, going forward into the midfield, I thought Matic was horrific against Crystal Palace. I'm dropping him. So we have got in the midfield 2, Fabregas and Kante. Kante, the best midfielder in the world. Fabregas, one of the best passers in world football still to this day. We now move on to our front 3. Our front 3, was that the right way to say it? Yeah, I suppose it was. I'm going to go for Hazard, Pedro, and up front, Diego Costa. Now, I know a lot of people are going to go, Cameron, why are you playing Diego Costa? This is his game, okay? He played fantastic in the second half against Manchester City earlier on the season. He has been poor, and I am losing my goddamn patience with him. But he's come out and he said a couple of good things in the week, and I want him to go out there and prove people wrong. Prove his head's not in China. He still wants to be at Chelsea. He wants to win this Premier League, and he's focused and he's driven. And what better game to do it in than Manchester City? I see people's point when they say I want the Pedro, Hazard, Willian 3. And if that's picked, I'm not going to cry about it. But I think personally, in a game like this, big game, you need battlers. And I'm not saying Willian wouldn't fight, because he would, but he just doesn't have that strength and physicality that Diego Costa has. Now, defensively, I think Manchester City are vulnerable. I think we all think Manchester City are vulnerable. Even though they've looked a lot better since they've kind of gone back to the 4-back, they still look very, very vulnerable. They play Jesus Navas, fucking hell, right back against Arsenal. I pray to God they do that tonight, because Hazard will have a goddamn field day. But what I'm thinking to myself is, although we probably would run them ragged with them 3, Costa could equally cause John Stones serious headaches physicality-wise. And I think that's something we've got to look at. So my team, to go through, Courtois, we've got Courtois, we've got Cahill, David Luiz, and Kurt Zouma. Azpilicueta on the right, Alonso on the left, in the 2 middle midfield positions. We've got Fabregas and Kante. And up front, Eden Hazard, Diego Costa, and Pedro. I think that is the team that can dismantle Manchester City. I would love today for us to win 3-4-0. I'd love it. It's not going to happen, folks. This isn't going to be a game where we win 3-4-0. This is going to be a battle. This is going to be a fight. And that's what the Premier League's all about. If we want to win this Premier League, those players have to fight tonight. Conte will be fighting on the sideline. He'll be passionate. We need to respond. We need to bounce back. Our title rivals laughed at us because we lost 1 game against Crystal Palace. If we beat Manchester City tonight, they won't be laughing. And in May, trust me, they won't be laughing. Because we're going to be lifting that Premier League title. And today is a big, big hurdle. We overcome this hurdle and we can start to see the finishing line. If Chelsea beat Manchester City, we are going to become Premier League champions. It's a big night. Is it must win? In my opinion, I kind of feel like it's a must-win, but I think realistically, when you look at the statistics, when you look at how the table could be, it's not a must-win. That said, if we don't win it, it could be a problem. A draw's not a horrific result. A loss, and we're not in crisis, but it's not good. If we win today, no matter what Tottenham do, we're going to keep that 7-point gap. And that is a healthy gap to have going in April. We aren't Arsenal. We're not Tottenham. We ain't going to bottle this league. This is our league. We've now just got to go out tonight and prove that it is. Chelsea versus Manchester City. It's on at 8 o'clock. It's at Stamford Bridge. The beautiful Stamford Bridge lights. The night in London. It's going to be a beautiful sight. And hopefully Chelsea perform fantastically. Up the Blues. And who knows, maybe we'll end the night 7 points or even possibly 10 points clear. Can our ex-manager, coach, person... I didn't even fucking say that right. I was going so well as well. Paul Clement, can he do us a favour? We'll have to wait and see. But don't focus on a Tottenham result. We need to focus on our own. Big night tonight. It is a 6-pointer. City representing everybody who still thinks they've got a chance in the title race. Chelsea representing themselves. It's us versus the world. And hopefully tonight we can beat the world. That sounded ridiculous and cringy. That is it for this video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like. Let's hope Chelsea can get the win. Keep the blue flag flying high, and it still could be that Chelsea could win the double. We've got to think positive thoughts and hope the players think positively too. Chelsea, Man City, and it's live. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with a review after the game. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below.